The truth about crypto narratives is that they're mostly fugazi. Welcome back to you, Sugar Plum. I want to show you something, friends. We're going to go through this cute story with Elon Musk and Tesla because when I came across it a while ago, I thought about it a lot because I was waiting in the universe for a story and a narrative to appear that I can show you, which really represents something similar to what we go through in crypto. Now, as you know, friends, okay, it doesn't matter what the story is, okay? There's always a reason, right, to buy high and to sell low. Always. Markets go up and down like, oh, it's going to solve finance. Oh, no, we're going to zero. Oh, no, we cured cancer. Oh, no, a comet's going to hit Earth. That's pretty much it, okay? And always at the tops and the bottoms, the stories are very compelling. Yes, they are. Because the market, friends, is always pricing in the future, isn't it? So what makes it tough is, you know, friends, I've sat in this squeaky chair many, many times, 18 hours a day, and I've even listened to the greatest friends, like not just Warren Buffett, but also the late Charlie Munger, also like Peter Lynch, all the greats, friends. And something is very interesting. No matter who it was, the theme was they always basically say, man, the stories always get you. They like always get you. Every single time. And what I mean by that, what I mean is when you're in markets, they're talking about the stock market, yeah? Even you could be like the smartest, the brightest. It doesn't matter, man, friends. Whenever the things go down, this is zombie virus, yeah? Whenever the stonks go down, right, there was always a really, really good reason why it's over every single time. And they had been here since forever, man. There's always a real reason, oh my gosh, it's over. Like every single time. There's always something that comes out. It's not just the crowd as well. You know, honestly, it's not just the crowd. It's the crowd and their reactions and then the information and just the revealings of how unknown things are. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much uncertainty. So many things can happen bad now. This is very bad. Oh, remember the Trump tariffs and the zombie virus. When you're reading through it through the lens of history, you see it and you're like, oh, well, why'd you sell on that? Yeah, but you're not in it. Then when it happens to you, you're like, oh my gosh. Like, I still remember zombie virus literally goes down. Faisal calls me. I got multiple phone calls that day. And they're like, man, is it over? I'm like, look, it could be over, but I think the world's over if it's over. Like, I don't think it's over. We probably just go up only from here, you know? And I was literally spinning around in my squeaky chair out here. But I'm just looking at it because I'd read so much about what had happened in all these other great stock market moments in history where they're like, oh, it looked really, really, really over. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, is this one of those moments? These things just capitulate down. That's what it looked like, man. It literally looked like it was freaking totally, totally over. And there's no full certainty there, right? So the same thing happens in crypto. Whenever candles get green, you see it. Well, I told you, when you have green repetitive candles, green, people come in and they start flocking. The weakest of weak hands come. The momentum players, the leverage players, the people who weren't paying attention to crypto, the people who were paying attention, but they're just sitting in the sidelines of stablecoins. Everyone gets in over and over again. And so check this out, friends. During the week when I made this, actually last week, right? Tesla earnings. Elon Musk's firm reports the worst quarterly profit since 2021. And this is what the chart looked like. Okay, you're like, hey man, this ain't looking like a bad chart. It's kind of funny, friends. All the stock market dudes, they are looking at this 2021 high for Tesla, and they're looking at this, and they're like, oh my gosh, you've been down. I'm not joking. They were crying on the stock market show because you're down 30% after 3 years. I'm like, bro, you don't know pain, do you? There are altcoins in crypto. They're down 95% after 4 years. Okay, you've literally got nothing. But that's your risk with crypto. With crypto, man, friends, I tell you all the time, it's your liquidity risk, okay? Yes, you get the benefit of extreme upside, but there's a price you pay. You can't access your liquidity, okay? You've literally thrown it into a pit. It's a bottomless pit, okay? Now, you don't have to use that language. It's more like also you've flipped the coin or you've rolled the dice and it's in midair. But, you know, in the stock market, when you roll the dice, it takes like, 6 to 12 months for the numbers to land. In crypto, when you roll the dice, it takes like 4 years and counting sometimes. And you can't do anything until that happens. Now, looking at Tesla, friends, this is interesting, right? Even on those mids, so when we saw Tesla come down here, Because you're looking at it like, oh, it doesn't look so bad. Yeah, but you're not all in on Tesla. There are guys I remember from some 2021, 2022. One guy, it's kind of wild, man. He took him and his dad's all their retirement savings and they bought Tesla and they binked it. They made like a 20x. And I'm actually just going to show you the chart when it happened. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I think the guy has a 24/7 Tesla channel and he actually sold the low in 2022. So yeah, I think he went all in with his family savings here. And then, would you believe it? It's just wild, right? Like Tesla goes, my gosh, does a 25x, which is huge, right? I think him and his dad, they made like $8 or $10 million, like something ridiculous, right? And then here's the thing. Would you believe it, friends? You know, at the bottom of 2022, right? He sold here. I still remember that. He sold there. I think his dad's savings, maybe his dad was worth 8 million at the top. Now he's back down to like, then you have 30%, now you have 3 million. I think he sold because he's like, oh, I can't let my dad lose the rest of his money. So I've had to sell out because he's still got 3 million and to retire and stuff out here. And then that was the low. And then it went and it pumped up again. It was kind of crazy, man. Just to say that, man, that was nuts. Just even think about it. He had a 24/7 channel. That's almost like Dr. Hexologist, right? Just sells the bottom of Hex. He's like, oh, I can't afford it anymore. And then, you know, it just, what? I mean, it's your theme. It's your name. And then like, yeah, he got fired. I wonder if he got back in. He probably got back in. I hope he did. Now, there was a story that went around. This blew my mind, friends. So during the time of this earnings report stuff coming, I'm listening to these things and I'm like, you and I just see a chart go down. Yeah, whatever. But there actually is a story and the story grips you. And it says Elon Musk. Okay, remember Elon, friends. Elon sided with Donald Trump during the elections, didn't he? Yeah. So do you remember this, friends? Remember Elon and Trump? You know, well, we're friends, we're hanging out. Yes. He says he's a cool guy, but here's the problem. Okay, the problem is Elon siding with Trump hurt his image with left-leaning blue people, with Democrats. Okay. So his sales and his popularity with left-leaning people and younger people who tend to lean left, they've dropped. And guess what? Most of them like electric vehicles. The conservatives, you know, Trump leaning people, they're more oil, V8 engines, etc. You know, they're less into the electric vehicles. So he's in a bit of a pickle, isn't he? What does he do? Well, concurrent to this, he's pretty much also announced that he will start to slow down as a response. Not maybe as a response, just for Ghazi, just, you know, the cycle. He's going to slow down his involvement with Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, right? So you see these things playing this story. That's why the whole story, like, oh no, people are worried that Tesla, because Elon Musk is siding with Trump, he can't turn it around and get favorability to like young people again. So that's what's swimming around, and that casts doubt into people because you don't know the answer, right? You know Elon's smart. You know he's been through a lot of problems before. So like I wouldn't have a problem buying in. But it's interesting, the people presenting this information, like Josh Brown, right? I'm thinking after they say that, because they're joking about it and stuff, they go, yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I'm like, what do you mean you wouldn't buy it, bro? You guys are in stock market. Without, yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I'm thinking, what? You know, man, you know, like, dude, the guy's smart. You honestly think he can't find a way to get people to like his cars who are young? You honestly think that? The meme lord? The guy who owns Twitter? You're going to doubt him now? I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. It even got them. Because if you want to really know, they're looking at the company earnings and the numbers, and they said, if this wasn't a cult stock, this thing would be 90% lower. You can't have earnings and stuff that bad out here, which also is interesting, right? These memes, cults, religions, archetype bleeding into stocks. So friends, as you get to know, right? Markets all do the same thing. They price today based off emotions. Okay, so this is the thing, okay? When the market goes down, the market's not stupid, okay? It's pricing in stuff now. It does. Oh, it's going down. People feel bad. But the emotions behind it, what I say to Fugazi is no emotion lasts forever. You never feel happy forever. You never feel sad forever. And people, when they get reflexive on the selling and the downside, when they say it's over, like, man, that's like crying because it's raining outside. You know it's not going to rain forever. So that's why I've even added, Elon is popular with Trump conservatives today, but they don't buy many electric vehicles, right? Always look for opportunity to fade the crowd. That's what I'm telling you to do. Always, always, always. That's why this is a beautiful example just to show you, because we're in crypto, we can see it. It's like, oh, dude, you're betting against Elon? Man, you should say, well, we have to sit through in crypto. The Fugazi and the FUD and the narratives and the bleeding and the despair we have to get through, man, it hardens you. Like Metapod, the Pokemon. Use Harden, Metapod, Harden, Mogam. So you've learned now. You go, oh my gosh, it happens everywhere. Yes, there's a cycle. Takes you up, builds confidence, stories get made to represent that confidence. Then there's cyclical stuff that takes you down. Stories also get made to tell you why it should be down, always. You learn nothing about the events. The story teaches you nothing. It just explains to you why the price is down, but that's it. It tells you nothing about the future. Tells you nothing. It's interesting. You want to figure it out just in case you don't get scammed or whatever, you know, but ultimately, if you're trying to predict the future, the story of today, you shouldn't be looking at it like it's the be-all and end-all. You should look at it like, how could this story change? Elon owns Twitter. Elon's a meme lord. Maybe he does something with Doge. Maybe he gets popular with young people again. Maybe. But people don't like that because there's uncertainties, right? So I want you to think about that, friends. Even Elon Musk, even him, genius, knows a lot, net worth $400 billion. Even he has his doubters where people are like, oh, I don't think he can turn it around. Young people are never going to swing into his cars now because of, of this political affiliation. That's wild, man. It makes me wonder, stock people, if they could analyze crypto by network effects, memes, cults, religion, and stuff out here, what would they say about altcoins that get pooped down very, very low? I wonder if they would say, oh, this is worth a lottery ticket or something. Because, I don't think this thing's going around. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum will continue, and then more people will find interest in this. I wonder. That's something to think about as well. Don't forget, who loves you, friends. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.